Oseo, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. This is a pick a card message focusing on what are the next steps you need to take to achieve your goals. Now, your goals could be a little bit of anything, a little bit of everything. We're going to see what channels in for your pile. So before you make your choice, close your eyes. Inhale slowly for the count of 5. Hold the breath for the count of 4, and then slowly release the breath for the count of 5. The numbers given for the breath sequence are important, so make sure that you are looking up their meaning to see how they contribute to your message. Take them down to a double digit, see what that is, and then take it down to a single digit numerology wise and see what that is. It's going to add more insight to your message. Since this is a collective reading, make sure that you only take what resonates to and for you, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, my loves, go ahead on and choose your pile between 1, the squirrel with the log, 2, the squirrel with the acorn, and I will see you at your pile. All right, pile 1, you chose the squirrel with the log. We're going to sit that on over here for right now. We're going to ring you in. And let's hop on into your message. What are the next steps you need to take, pile 1, to achieve your goals? What are the next steps that you need to take, pile 1, to achieve your goals? Pile 1, what are the next steps? We have the 8 of Cups. Seven of Cups. Ooh, the 8 before the 7. Interesting. Ooh, we got Gambit twice. We got Gambit twice. Where did he go? I just seen him flip. Let's find him. He's in here somewhere. I don't find him in the next second because I know I saw him flip. There he is. All right, my loves. The next step you need to take to achieve your goals, first of all, stop looking behind yourself. Stop looking in the rear view mirror. Stop it. You know, sometimes looking behind you or looking at the past to see what you might need to reflect on in order to move forward properly could be a thing. But a lot of times when the 8 of Cups is channeling in my readings, it's telling you to focus on what's ahead of you, on what's forward. Right? I'm getting the sense of somebody either kind of wanting to take one for the road and you're being told, don't do that. No, no, no. That's not helping you. You've done that before. You've been moving in a certain direction, trying to achieve a certain goal, and then you end up taking one for the road again. Or you end up stopping and looking over your shoulder to see what you could be leaving behind or whom you could be leaving behind. And Spirit's like, stop doing that. You know better by now. You've been through this trial and error enough. Okay? So it's about where you're going, not what's behind you. And as far as what's in front of you, I'm actually getting the sense from this energy here. It's not that you have too many options. Sometimes that's the 7 of Cups, right? Like too many options, too many choices, need to make the right decision. Yes, you need to make a decision to, first of all, not look behind you, not take one for the road. I feel like the options before you, or the thing before you that you need to act upon instinctually, is that a word? Whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. You know what it is that you need to do. Intuitively, you know what it is that you need to do. There's some type of procrastination. There's some type of stall. It's as if you keep telling yourself, yeah, I know I need to move on this, but wait, first I got to get that. Oh, but wait, but then, and it's like you keep putting something off. The longer you put it off, the more different options, if you would, or different illusions on what to do start to appear, and then you get confused and you don't know what to do. Spirit is like, remind yourself of what the main point was. Remind yourself of why you're trying to achieve this goal. whatever it is for you, because there's a variety of things it could be, but you need to start somewhere. You can't keep starting, get a little bit of the ways, then stop, then stall, then look over your shoulder, then try to carry something with you that's not meant to go with you. There is something that's meant to stay in the past. You've been through this trial and error enough. I keep hearing that over and over again. It's being said for a reason. Perhaps somebody said that to you. Perhaps someone said, hey, you know what? It's time for you to make a move. You can't keep stalling like this. You can't keep finding a reason to have to pedal back. And then when you're actually set back, you're now upset. But you kept looking behind you. It was as if you were waiting for something to drop so that you would have an excuse to not make the moves that you need to make. It's time to make those moves. King of Wands. The King of Wands, he's locked, loaded, ready to go. Look at him. Gambit ready to get up out his seat. He's already, and maybe that's another reason that you stall yourself, is because whatever this is that you have to do, it's a risk, it's a gamble. But most things in life are. There's ways to make sure that you're going to be secure regardless. There's ways to make sure that you are trusting your path and trusting what you need to do. Most importantly, you've got to trust yourself. You have to trust your own capabilities. There'll be people coming in that can assist you, but if it's one thing about the King of Wands, he's kind of like you could say, he's the court version of the Emperor as far as the I am power. The I am, I can do it, I can achieve it, I'm the master of my universe. I can take these actions, I can make these bold moves because I know what I am capable of. He's also the king of intuitive action. He knows how to move because he can feel it, he senses it. He's a spiritual person, he's very spirited. So if you've been holding yourself back because you're worried about the risk, all that's kind of done is accumulated more obstacles, right? And then those obstacles become the excuse used to not move in the direction that you need to move on. Or you'll move on, but you'll try to take something or someone from the past with you. And this is solo dolo. This is wherever you're going, you're going to have to at least start this yourself. You're going to have to make some moves without always including people, situations, or places that have only set you back in the past. So this is feeling like a mix between what's currently going on with you, as well as like a premonition of what's to come based upon your next moves, based upon your next steps that you take. Okay, we have the Two of Wands here, and it's Gambit again. Like I said, Gambit coming back multiple times. The path that you have to walk is yours. The gamble, or the toss of the coin, if you would. I'm hearing toss a coin to your witcher. I love when that channels in. Toss a coin to your witcher. Whatever this next step you have to take, it's not that you're going to do the whole thing alone, but only you can initiate. Right? Only you can start the change. Only you can decide that you're going to travel beyond your comfort zone, travel beyond where you typically tend to go, to get further than you've ever gotten before. Okay? So if you think about it, you choosing the squirrel with the log is a perfect symbolism, because there could be something you're trying to climb, right? Or maybe you kind of feel like you're at a drift when it comes to certain things you want to do. You sort of feel like you're just drifting. You're just sort of sitting on a log, waiting, observing, climbing the same tree over and over again. And Spirit's like, you know what? If you're in the tree, you have a perfect viewpoint. You can see as far as the eye can, and it can help you discern what you need to do. There's no need to be confused when everything is laid out before you perfectly, and all you have to do is make a choice, take an action. Right? Trusting yourself. Don't allow yourself to be influenced by outside situations that don't really contribute too much to your journey. On the other hand, let's say you're the drifting log in the water, right? Maybe you actually have the capability of swimming, or you have a capability of jumping from one log to the other, but you keep staying on the same log. And eventually what's going to happen is, if that log keeps drifting, it's going to get so far from land, it's going to get so far from any other log, or it'll just put you in a direction that's way out of the way. I feel like you chose the squirrel on the log for a reason. Okay, maybe somebody's also into like lumbering or something like that. There's something to you choosing this log. I'm feeling moved to actually go to this book. Normally this is about birthdays, but I feel like there's a color and a day of significance for you. Let's see what's going on for pile 1. What is the color and the day of significance? We have October 3rd. We have October 3rd, and this is the color. Now the color may look different on here because I have these lights on and everything, but you might want to wear this color or keep like an orchid in your space, in your vicinity. If you don't wear the color, at the very least have it on your person, take it out from time to time and meditate. Whenever colors come in, whether they're channeling as your aura or channeling as a color that can provide you with what you need, right? You're going to want to meditate on it and meditate on the meaning of the color as you do it, so that you can amplify that characteristic or that advantage in your life. Now, for some of you, this could also be your birthday. And fashion and dance could be important to you, as well as arts, when it comes to this as your birthday, October 3rd. Either October 3rd of the year that's on this way's passing, because we're in November, was of significance. Something important might have happened that day that is significant to this reading. Or some of what's going on here you need to have resolved. You need to have an idea of what you're doing by October 3rd of next year. You might have also been told that. Perhaps you were given some type of, oh, hey, in October of next year, this event's taking place, or this opportunity is going to come up. And now is the time to not procrastinate or lollygag. Now is the time to prep yourself, get some things moving on your own, so that by the time whatever's meant to come on October 3rd comes, you're set and ready as best as you can be. Because remember, when it comes to the universe, there's always going to be a level of unknown. They're not going to let you really see it until you start living it. Because when you live it, you help set the tone and the vibration of how those events flow towards you, especially when they're ones that can be prosperous. Being social is really important for you, Pile One. Some of you might not be that good at being social. Like you're kind of, once you have your set friends or your set group of people, that's like who you mess with. And maybe that's another reason that this energy of trying to carry something from the past or taking one for the road is there. Maybe you have a hard time moving on or moving into new spaces, new social groups, but you're being told it's important that you do that. It's important that you're expressive and that you really work on communicating. All right, Pile One, let's move on so that we can complete your message here. That's going to be a huge part of you achieving your goal. It's going to have something to do with you communicating and being expressive, being able to present yourself to a new group of people or a new setting, not always trying to carry the old setting, the old group with you everywhere. We're going to go to Gifts from the Sea from Marduk to get another part of your message, more clarification for Pile One. What are the next steps you need to take to achieve your goal? We have Strength. I'm testing your strength and character to urge you to stand up for yourself and speak your truth. What did I just say? Expressing yourself. Communicating, being social. Okay? Being bold and not being afraid of being bold. Let's set this squirrel up here. Being bold, not being afraid to be bold. Taking chances and not being afraid to take chances. Letting go of traumas. Listen, stop trying to carry something with you, and especially if it's a traumatic experience or thing. Yes, you can release your traumas. Let me tell you something, nothing is impossible. There are some really heinous things that can happen to a person out here in this world, and those traumas can still be released. When you hold on to the trauma, when you don't allow yourself to tap into your inner strength and really tap into your power, your ability to walk your path boldly, securely, go to the next level, challenge yourself to go to the next level, what you end up doing is you put the power in someone else's hand to always trigger you. Triggers can be what empower you to become better because you move past the triggering thing. When you keep holding on to the triggering thing, somebody's going to always know that thing to say to you, that heavy hanging over the head, something to get you out of your element, out of your emotions. And then what you're going to do, you're going to start doubting, you're going to start questioning, you'll start picking fights, or maybe somebody will pick a fight with you. You'll always be put off your game when you allow yourself to hold on to certain sensations that need to be released. There is something giving you tremendous protection right now and trying to help you to break patterns that create more trauma. Because that's the other thing about any vibration. I don't care if it's good, bad, whatever. What you are allowing to resonate off of you, or you're allowing to resonate out, it's going to always try to put something in your space to keep itself around. So trauma will make sure that things keep popping up to trigger you, to keep you in a trauma-like mentality. And then that's going to make it hard for you to move in the directions you need to go and meet new people, because you're always thinking about the people who did you wrong, the situations that didn't work out. Well, it's me putting myself at risk. And the thing about putting yourself at risk here with this, and I feel like, again, if this is like someone needing to take a gamble, for example, not gambling as in going and spending your money for no reason, but if this is about someone needing to actually take a chance on themselves, you not doing that is like saying you don't trust your capability. And the divine is reminding you that you are more than capable. You haven't gotten this far because you weren't capable. You haven't gotten this far because you weren't somebody with the confidence and the independence. It's just maybe you don't tap into that as much as you should. And there will be people who can come along and assist you now. And that's why it's important for you to be social. Just use your discernment, use your intuition. When you start feeling things are off, spaces aren't correct, make sure that you're not piggybacking that on a trauma from the past. Make sure that you're seeing it for what it really is, so that when you make the decisions that you need to make, the choices that you need to make, they're coming from a profound place and not just, oh, the traumas of before, oh, what I went through last time. Well, see, look, that's why I can't do my goal, because the same thing's happening again. Ring around the rosy all over again. Like, stop doing that. You're putting yourself in an unnecessary cycle, and be honest with yourself if that's a pattern that you notice you have. Okay, we say everything here out of love. We got to be honest with you, because that's how you progress forward. If you stay in the same boat, stay in the same cycle, stay floating on the same log, climbing the same tree, and not allowing yourself to really see the view, what you think gonna keep happening? And there's only but so much complaining that can be done if you're the cause of your own struggle. So be mindful and honest with yourself if it's a little bit of your choices or your actions that are setting you back. On the flip side, for some people, allowing individuals in, allowing themselves to be able to trust people can be difficult, not only because of traumas in the past, but it's almost like instantly. It's like when they try to do it instantly, there's a result that can be negative. You've got to start paying attention to the patterns. Patterns are important when it comes to triggering situations. What kind of people are these? What kind of reasons or what kind of emotions are you feeling? What are your thought processes when you allow those type of people in? Once you peep that and you catch that, it's not hard to tell the real from the fake afterwards. You may stumble a couple of times. That's cool. Trust your capability in being able to get back up on your feet. Learn the lesson. You don't want this lesson to keep carrying itself for years and years and years. Spirit is giving you the opportunity to learn the lesson right now, because whatever your goal is, whatever this path is that you want to walk, you have the power to do so. This is not always a patient king, and I do feel like sometimes you may need patience in certain situations. You might get impatience, and impatience leads you to kind of just either giving up or something, or procrastinating on it. And you're being told to fix that. Remember to only take what resonates to and for you. We have tough love. Kind of like what you're getting right now. We have, I come to stop the blame game and hold you responsible for your choices that you've made in life. Nothing is holding you back at this point but your own belief systems and the doubts that you allow yourself to feed into. Your choices are always yours, whatever they may be. A person can come before you and give you some guidance, give you some clarity on what's happening, but your choices, your actual moves will always depend upon you. And sometimes y'all need to hear things like this. Sometimes you need to hear that tough love, not abusive love, not I got you in a chokehold kind of love, but the kind of love that says, well, what was your part? Well, why did you do that? Well, what did it benefit? Oh, it didn't benefit anything? Well, stop doing it. Stop doing that. You're capable, so why are you acting incapable? You know that there's a road that keeps opening up for you. You keep walking it, and then you allow yourself to think, feel, or do something that sabotages yourself and it sets you back a bit. Why are you doing that? And if you're going to keep doing that, you can't keep coming and going, every time I try, because guess what? You're not really trying. And you're going to have to be honest about that. You need to hear it that way, and you need to hear it from a person that literally in your energy can see that you are capable, and therefore can say, hey, I'm gonna hold you accountable to be capable. So the new people coming in your life, I'm not seeing them giving you tough love in the sense of being cruel, but they're not going to tolerate that I'm down on myself, I'm talking low, I talk about my dreams, and then I act like they're decades and years away. Divine timing happens every single second. You either are going to become the master of time, or time is going to stay the master of you. Make a choice. Because only you can make the choice. And once you make it, once you take that chance, once you decide to pick up and go on the road that you've moved on, know that your intuition and your instinct is going to constantly build. You've already been through some things that gave you a certain amount of instinct. I always tell you guys, in the lesson is the what? Blessing. So instead of seeing it as a curse, a jinx, a problem, what is the solution? How can you move forward? That's what's going to help you achieve your goal. Being honest with yourself, being real, putting yourself to the test, and seeing how you're victorious every time. It doesn't matter what happens as long as you're learning from what happens and you're able to grow and expand. And also give yourself a chance to have insight. Take time to have insight. Again, fire energy, and this one in particular, can sometimes be impatient. You might have to sometimes be patient when you're feeling antsy. You might have to sometimes make a move when you're constantly worried and restricting yourself and holding back. You got fire and water, two elements that have the capability of weakening each other if you're not careful. So you have to be in balance with how you're utilizing it. Fire can either help boil that water and give it momentum that it may need, but keep in mind, if the water boils too hot for too long, what's going to happen? It'll evaporate. So you have to pay attention to how these energies are moving within you. I tell y'all all the time, I don't care what anyone says, all of the zodiacs play in your energy. Okay? It's up to you to see how they play in your energy. And right now you're dealing with a lot of water energy and a lot of fire energy. And while there are some earth elements or air elements to some of what's out here, fire and water is going to be the main thing. It's like you're clashing with yourself. And you gotta get right by that. Move forward, focus on what's in front of you. The only reason to reflect on the past is when you need a lesson to help you in the future, but not to find yourself stuck in it, not to carry the past or the trauma with you. Okay, you may have to take a gamble here. Do what you gotta do. The choices are before you, but I don't know if I'm saying that word right. English is not, always my best language. But instinctually, you know what it is you need to do. Intuitively, you know what it is that you need to do. You have the high viewpoint. You might have a lot of things to do, but you got to start with one. You at least have to start with the one. I'm not going to be somebody to tell you to restrict yourself to the one. Sometimes starting with the one helps to open the doors to see how to balance out the others. Okay? And I'm saying that to you as a multi-talented, multifaceted person. And be honest with yourself. If you're multi-talented, own it. Multifaceted, own it. Don't dumb yourself down or weaken yourself down for anybody, but do be mindful that as you're sitting and you're preparing to take the actions necessary, that you're also allowing yourself to learn. You're allowing yourself to communicate. You're allowing yourself to express. And sometimes those things take you taking your time and not just rushing through it. We're now using The Evolution of the Soul, also by Moderick, and we have level 9 consciousness. You transform the people you meet. You're able to lead others. Your strong presence influences others. What have I been saying? Strength. Okay? Being able to take a road. You may have to start something on your own, aka take the lead. There will be others that'll come in to support you and or follow you at some point. And I don't mean follow like be your puppet, but be inspired by you, want to learn up under you. Perhaps your goal involves that to some capacity. Again, collective message. So take what resonates from you. Just like you're receiving honest, tough love right now, and they may give you some honest, tough love in the future. Perhaps you'll also be someone, or you already are someone, that does this yourself. You got to take your own advice when it comes to that then. And again, I'm not picking up tough love that's like egotistical and mean and all that other stuff. It's genuine. It's genuinely telling somebody, now you know what you did there didn't make no damn sense. You know it. Come on now. Do better. Like, you know what I mean? Even if sometimes it's funny, even if sometimes the way somebody may tell you off is funny, you know that that person's not going to let you chump yourself. They're not going to let you play yourself like that. We have level 7 consciousness. You're beginning to live from spirited person. You know how to heal others' pain. You connect with others emotionally. This is a part of, I feel like, your purpose. If it's not something that you're doing already, it is a part of your purpose. If it's something that you feel like, well, I do that too much for people now, perhaps you're doing it for the wrong people, love. Take that into consideration. 9 and 7 are numbers of importance for you, Pawan. So look them up as life path numbers. They could be your life path number. Even if they aren't, look them up anyway. They're resonating in your message for a reason. Auras, seeing auras or being able to sense an aura is also important to this group. Very important. I feel like you tend to see auras as colors and shades and or different shapes and figures. Some of you don't always see auras as colors, but you see them as like shapes around people or shapes in the air. Like you may see a raven, you may see, I'm getting birds, ravens, falcons, owls. Perhaps when somebody's like a wolf in sheep clothing, you see like a distorted wolf or a distorted sheep or something like that. There's something about animals, something about seeing animals as auras. We have soul purpose. I'm done because I just said soul purpose. I said purpose. We have soul birthing process, discovering your soul purpose, unfolding your unique abilities. We got one more deck to get to, and then pile one. We're gonna close you out. I feel like you're on the right path. You just need to walk it with more conviction. You need to have more confidence, and if there are certain risks to take, you know, weigh them the way you need to, but understand that a lot of times, I mean, you should know by now, a lot of times in life, you're gonna have to take a risk and trust more so in your capability versus trusting in how others may have promised you things. Be social and allow the ones who are meant to come towards you to come towards you. This is not telling you to trust everybody. Use your intuition. Use your discernment. We're using the Wishes Oracle by V from V Love and Crystals, and we have positive outlook. You need to have a more positive outlook on things moving forward when it comes time to make certain decisions. It's not telling you not to be real. It's just saying you need to stop being gloom and doom all the time. For those of you who resonate with kind of like always having a gloom and doom outlook, you need to allow yourself to heal. We already broke down the trauma thing. So that's confirmation of that right there. It's time to heal. Heal those wounds. The more that you heal, the more that you open the path that you're trying to walk. The more that you open that path, the more that you allow yourself space to grow and evolve. The Two of Wands can be about not only traveling, but leveling up. And we have talent. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. What'd I tell you? If you're multi-talented, just say that. If you're multifaceted, just say that. You don't need to shame away from your talents for nobody. And if a part of your goal, and I feel like for many of you it does, it involves not only healing, but it involves healing to the point that you can showcase these talents without fear. You can be more patient with yourself, more loving with yourself, more patient and loving with others that you need to be. And you can let go of situations, people, thought processes, traumas in the past that hinder you and hold you back. My loves, that was your message, Pile One. I pray that that resonated for you. It's giving you some tips. It's giving you some insight. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. Let's ring you out. All right, Pile Two. What it do, boo? We're going to hop on into you. You chose the squirrel on the acorn, and I was hearing this like sitting on top of the world vibration. And then the tarot I was moved to use for you, or rather I chose the tarot first and the squirrel, but this is the One World Tarot. I love this tarot. So it's something involving the world, darling. The world has a lot to do with your message. All right. Let's see. What are the next steps that you need to take to achieve your goals? Let's ring you in before I forget. Ringing you in, baby. What do you need to do? What are the next steps you need to take to achieve your goals? We have Four of Cups. Next steps you need to take to achieve your goals. Two of Swords. Okay. Oh. Okay. Sister Act 2. Three of Wands. I feel like this order needs to be this way. Sister Act 2 could be a significant sign for somebody here in pile 2. Because I'm hearing, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Yeah. First off, whatever you got your eyes set on, for some of you, it's smaller than what it's meant to be. For others, you got your eyes set on really going beyond borders, really going a distance here. You want to go far. You trying to travel the world. You trying to see what's going on. Somebody here might want to be a travel guide, or maybe not a travel guide, but like, you know, the people that go to places and they tell you how much they like it and they blog about it and all that jazz. So they get invited and paid to do that type of thing. Maybe that's a career choice you want to choose. For others, I feel like you just want to be able to travel remotely. Whatever your job is, whatever the goal is, it's being able to travel from one country to another. You're not even trying to do small fry. Take what resonates for you. But one thing you all have in common, regardless of whether you really want to travel or you just have your eyes set on big shipments coming in, is you definitely want to go somewhere and be somebody. Okay, if you want to go somebody and if you want to go somewhere and you want to be somebody, you got to wake up and pay attention. And there's opportunities literally being handed to you, like put in front of your face, and you are so busy focusing on how you think it needs to be done. Somebody's ancestors just rolled their eyes really hard. Someone's ancestor gets on them about this. They get on you about doing that. They come to you in your dreams, or they talk to you when you're channeling. This could be someone's me mom or mom mom. Mom mom can also be like what you call your grandmom. Yeah, there's a feminine, a divine feminine grandmother, or a figure in your life that maybe was like that. They're a deceased relative now, but they're rolling their eyes so hard, like, I done told this child over and over again. This be you, masculine or feminine. This is someone's grandmother, and they're like, I done told you time and time again. You keep thinking something has to be done one way. Maybe they told you this a lot when they were alive too. Like, there's, baby girl, there's other ways to do it. Baby boy, there's other ways to do it. And you just keep going, no, 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 no. Because maybe you went to school for something, right? School told you it goes this way. Life's experiences told you it went that way. Something else came along and told you it was this, but the divine is like, but it's that. Now, see, you can get with this or you can get with that. You know what I mean? But I'm putting it in front of you. You asked for it. I'm handing it to you. I'm directing you, but you keep just going off the rails and doing something else. You got your telescope out. You know that the things you want and the things you desire are like right on the cusp, but there's something that you're ignoring. There's a way to do something that goes against what you may have learned the first time around. Do not allow yourself to think that just because you went to school for something that you are the only expert and that's the only way to get it done. The same thing could be said for a person who didn't go to school for something. Don't think that the street way is the only way to do something. Take time to be diverse in what you know, because that diversity is going to get you far. And if you want to travel, you need to be able to understand and flow well with diversities. Okay, you need to be able to get balanced and harmonized in yourself. There's something you're meant to cut through. I feel like someone's going through a major breakthrough. The heart's not blocked here, right? But the arms are kind of up in the air, waiting to sort of come down and pierce whatever needs to be pierced. It's like you're holding up this sign, waiting for a signal that the sign has been seen. Spirit has given it to you, but you're not allowing yourself to see it. You're kind of blind to it. So take the blindfold off here. Tap into your other senses, which is normally what the Two of Swords is about. But I do feel like somebody's wearing blinders because they're blinded to the open opportunities before them, or they're blinded to the different ways things can be done. So allow yourself to release, allow yourself to unarm, if you will, like de-arm, if you know, unarm. That's the way to say it. Unarm. We're going to go into, because I feel moved to do this for this collective. We're going to go into this book and see what color vibration is vibrating for you. Now, normally this is for birthdays. I use it for auras, I use it for birthdays, or if it has some vibration that's important to a message, okay? We're going to see what is channeling in for you. The date could also be important as far as in the future, could have also meant something important in the past as well. We'll see. Okay. For pile 2, what date is of significance? We have May 1st. May 1st is of significance. So someone's birthday could be May 1st. Something in the past could have happened on a May, but I do feel like May 1st of 2023 will be significant for you. Ooh, that dynamic is really, really standing out. Yeah. I'm gonna say it again because it's channeling again. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, then you gotta wake up and pay attention. Somebody needs to watch Sister Act 2. Somebody needs to watch Sister Act 2. You're really good at conveying ideas. You're really good at expressing yourself. You have a unique perspective on the world, whether this is your birthday or not. I recommend actually taking this color and meditating on it, especially for money, honey. Gold and green are good to meditate on for finances, especially gold. But when it comes to green, I know most would, try to think of comparing it to like money. And that's only if you're comparing it to money from like 1 or 2 countries. Not every country's money is green, right? But green can represent jewels and stones, different, abundant drawing in, properties that can come off of certain stones. Like green jade can bring you lots of luck and fortune and prosperity, both in health and in other ways. And also, these colors can bring prosperity in more than just the financial area. But I do feel like there is a opportunity to travel, make money while doing it, and or make money coming in from a new income, and it's much bigger than whatever, say, your current job is. But it's up to you to pay attention and change it up a bit here. Okay, get more imbalanced. Let's get into your other cards. We're gonna go to Gifts from the Sea by Marduk. Ooh, one just shot out. We have, I bring a powerful transformation that will replenish your physical, emotional, and mental health. Prosperity comes in many forms, my loves. There's a chance to really rejuvenate yourself. And this is like putting an end to your old mentalities, patterns, or ways. This is what school taught you for some of you, right? This is maybe what your one experience, your one perspective allowed you to see. And then this is what maybe certain, influence outside of yourself, as far as like friends or the way you live in society, maybe your job or whatever showed you. And then this is that new thing. It's that new, okay? It might be an old-fashioned way of doing something. It might be a new way of doing something. But whatever it is, it's not what you're used to. These have given you some experiences, but you don't want to be restricted to them. And you're like ignoring this because you feel like it's either going to be like the rest of these, or you're just like, oh no, it's an old wives' tale or whatever. And again, somebody's like me mom or mom is like, I done told you, you're going to have to think outside the box. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, I don't know who that was for, but that was really, this whole thing is specific, but there's more than one way to skin a cat is a very specific phrase. But you got your telescope open. You know, Pal 2, you know what you're supposed to be doing here. It's just time to unchain yourself and actually do it. Tap into your other senses and then take the blindfolds off and see clearly so that you can make the right decision. Balance. I bring balance whenever you feel your heart and mind are playing tug of war with one another. I bring balance whenever you feel your heart and mind is playing tug of war. So this is balance coming in, talking to you. Reflect, pay attention, open your eyes, see. 2 of Swords is about harmony. It's a balancing card. And woo, child, we got mind power. You have mastered your mind with the ability to transform and create through elevated thoughts. You already know what to do. Get her done. Wake up and pay attention. I know the song says if you want to be somebody, but I feel like it's speaking more so if you want to be known, right? Everybody's a somebody to a somebody, and everybody's a somebody. But if you want to be known for, if your goal is to do something that really draws attention to a craft, or it puts a spotlight on you, so to speak, whatever your version of this is, this is a big collective, okay? A lot of people channeling. I'm not mentioning everything. But in order to be recognized for what that is, and this is a part of your purpose and journey, is to be recognized for certain things, then you have to be willing to pay attention. You have to be willing to do things outside of the box. You have to be willing to be diverse. Diversity does not always mean adversity. You don't need to challenge everybody. You don't need to be challenged by everybody. You really don't have to answer to anyone when it comes to that. But you do have to be willing to put your talent in the forefront and let go of anything that prevents you from doing so. There's a physical, emotional, and spiritual renewal coming in your life right now. Don't miss it by trying to kind of brush it off as not being the way because it seems too old-fashioned to you, or it seems too new age to you. Don't get caught up on a trend. You know, sometimes it's a trend to think something is too old or too new to do, and people don't recognize that. Remember, you have a lot of dynamic energy as well as the other energies that were mentioned with that color for you to pay attention to. So we have soul is royalty. Now wonder, didn't I tell you you're already somebody? It's just a matter of you wanting to sort of pretty much get recognition for it, or your soul is calling for recognition for it. And this is why you're already a regal energy. Something about you is already, it's like the star card, and in the sense of being the star or being noticeable, but it's more, you know, we have living your purpose as a leader. It's more of that. It's more like living your purpose as a leader, but also seeing your personal power through self-awareness. So no one can play you. No one can try to act like you're less than what you are. We have the ego self, and look where it is, right underneath the Four of Cups. Listen, the ego can serve its purpose, but sometimes it gets in the way. Not because people are always afraid and all that jazz, but because sometimes people feel they know what they know and you can't tell them nothing different. Well, honey, you got to be open to hear something different. It's a critical step, you being able to pay attention to when your ego is actually blocking you from a success. The biggest block is your ego at this point. It actually sometimes makes it harder to tap into your true self. You've got to allow yourself to explore yourself on a deeper level so that you can know when this is sabotaging you and when it's not. We have failing a mission, struggling to find purpose in life. Mission feels impossible to complete, nothing, not living to your full potential. Some of you are kind of holding yourself back here. You're meant to really go far. You're really meant to go the distance. Your mission isn't failed. You just have a hard time believing that you're able to do what needs to be done, because maybe in your mind it involves things that are so lavish to you. Like, oh, being able to travel, oh, that's just for the gram. People just do that for the gram. That they already have money when they start that. Stop saying things that hold you back. Stop saying stuff that puts a block in the road before you can even move forward. You sit up here and you basing everything on what you learned or what was in your one experience. And don't get me wrong, your experiences contribute to learning. But here's the thing. Humans really learn to expand when they not only have their personal experiences, but they pay attention to the experiences of others. When they connect, that helps you expand further. That's why it's important to really get in tune with who you are, so that you understand the difference between being connected and just being like strung along or used, or being a user yourself. You're able to see past the facade of things. Tap into your other senses and take the blindfold off. And all of a sudden, those things you thought were impossible, you'll see it's possible. Somebody here already knows it's possible. They kind of procrastinate. Or they kind of don't want to change up what they're doing. You keep trying to do it your way, and that's not working. So do it a different way. And if something you're doing is working, what's another thing you can add to it to help expand? Maybe some of you are like, you're experiencing some success, but it's like some of your ships are kind of stuck in one position. They're not quite moving forward. They're not moving backwards. They're just not moving. And you're trying to figure out how to get that momentum up. Pay attention. The answer's right in front of you. Wisdom. The answer is right in front of you. The owl. Wealth. What'd I tell you? I told you this involves some of y'all making money. And didn't I say meditate on both green and gold? Okay. You're full of wealth. Wealth starts from within and then it shows itself on the out. Your thoughts, your feelings, they help you achieve your goal. What you believe is possible for yourself is what will be possible. Now, it may manifest very different than what you thought it would. Perhaps the steps you thought you had to take are meant to be drastically different, but the result will be worth it. The wisdom, the wealth will be worth it at the end of the day. We're using, I forgot to say the cards I was using. We used Gifts of the Sea and Evolution of the Soul by Marduk, and now we are using the Wishes Oracle by V from V Love and Crystals. And we have confidence. Show that confidence, boo. And there's that green. Gold, this is gold up in here with some brown hues. Brown's making me think of the grounded energy. Green was a color that came out for you. Green was a color that came out for you. That was, Shamrock is a green color, baby. May 1st is of significance. It could be someone's birthday. I do feel like it's going to possibly be for many of you. For many of you, it's going to be an important date, but this is a collective reading. So, however, that day, that number is significant. 5-3 is significant. Okay, you're going to find yourself sitting on top of the world as long as you give yourself a true and genuine chance. I'm being moved to go to the bottom of the deck for you. And the top, at the top, we have the 6 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Yes. Yes, darling. Yes. It is time for you to move beyond the borders. It's time for you to go the distance. It's time for you to see your rewards, trust and believe they're coming, but also put in the necessary work for them. Grab hold. Look at that. Grab it. It's being offered to you. Take hold of it. You use it. Utilize it. Bottom of the deck, I'm done. You have Temperance. Okay, take hold of it, stay balanced, stay centered, utilize your other senses. You're going to have to do some things a bit modestly. You may have not wanted to do them that way. Maybe some of you wanted to be a bit more flashy. You're being told, do it a little modesty. Do it a little modest for right now. It can get flashy later because you're going to find yourself sitting on top of the world. Do you see it? Do you see it? What did I say from the beginning of this message? Yes, the decks were shuffled. What'd I tell you? Sitting on top of the world. This is going to help you further dive into this area as you move towards your goals. So this is kind of like the future. This is the start and now, like what was the start of things and now. And then this is like what's coming in. Pile 2, I pray that resonated for you. It gave you the clarity that you needed. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. We're going to ring out your reading.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.